Will bring the field around out of turn number 4. Green flag flies and we are racing. And it is McCready grabbing the early lead. Here comes Mike Knight dropping to the inside of Zach Carley, and he's going to bring along Greg Oakes. Oakes is trying to take a peek down to the inside of Knight coming out of 4 as McCready shows the way. Knight and Oakes side by side for second down the back chute. Oakes making the move down to the inside, drops Knight back to the number 3 slot. Knight's going to try to cross back over, get a run down low. Can't quite do it. Pair of blue cars going at it for positions 2 and 3 on the track. Carley rides fourth. It's McCready trying to open up some ground here in the early going on this one. T-Mac out in front. Oakes, Knight, and Carley riding 2, 3, 4. Halfway home this time around. 4 laps in the books. And it is all T-Mac out in front. Oakes continues to chase in the number 2 spot. Off of turn 4. It is still McCready, followed by Oakes, Knight, and Carley. The 2-to-go signal being readied. And it's going to be McCready swinging out of turn number 4 with nearly a full straightaway advantage with 2 to go. Field stretching out in the late going. McCready looking at the white flag this time around. Final lap of the first of 3 heats for the late models. T-Mac down the back chute for the final time is Nickak pulling out of action on this final lap. And it will be McCready in for the victory. Oakes in the 22 will take second, followed by Knight in the 9K. Carley in the 2. And Douglasek in the 4.
Boozle and Hedman going to show the boys down into turn 1. Who's going to do the drag race first there? Green, 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 let's go racing. Pulls him into the inside, got the nose of Hedman. Hedman works to the outside there with a 22 machine. Down the back straight, he'll take the lead with the number 22 machine. Boozle sets back in the number 2 spot. Chiqual setting in 3 in the star number 1 machine. Then it'll be the 03 of Doug Eck. And A.J. Miller there rounding out your field, your top 5. But still up front, it is the 22 machine there of Hedman. Bob Hedman trying to open up some distance here between himself and Boozle. Jacquet there sets back in the number 3 spot, running a lot lower line in 3 and 4 than their front 2 runners. Looking for some bite, looking for something, trying to close the gap on those front 2 boys. But still out front, it is Hedman in the 22B machine. Boozle still there, 3-4 car lengths back and about that much back to Jacquet. The real race is on for that number 4 spot. Again, the top two go to the redraw. But the race on for that number 4 spot. Miller on the bottom side there, Eck up on the high side. Miller pulls the slide job off before he'll take over the number 3 spot. Eck slowing dramatically going into turn 1. Not sure if there's a problem on the 03 machine or not. We'll see if he takes a pit side, and it looks like he's heading for the 8. 2 to go, popsicle sticks in the ears. So Hedman still now with about 8 car lengths advantage here. He's looking to get himself a good draw in the redraw here for feature time there with a white flag in the air. Boozle still second. Jacquet 3rd. And Miller 4. Big bounce for Jacquet off in turns 3 and 4 there. Car got actually airborne. Looking for checkers this time by there. It's Hedman's 22. Boozle, Jacquet, and Miller. Heat race number 2 in the books. So Hedman and Boozle going to be going to the
opening green flag, 8 laps the distance. They will start to pick up the pace as they exit turn number 4. Green flag flies and we are racing. It is Boone Briggs grabbing the lead at the opening green. Here comes Bedell. He blasts by Drellis for second place down the back chute. Drellis drops down to the inside looking to retake that 2 spot, but Bedell has it in hand. Briggs your leader. Bedell, Drellis, and Holman running in tight formation. Bill Motor down the back chute, setting into 3 and 4. Briggs looking strong here in the early going. And the top 2 spots is what you're looking for. And right now Bedell holds that valuable number 2 position as Briggs shows the way. Holman in the 91 trying to take a peek down to the inside of Drellis in the 111. Cross flags being readied. We'll have 4 in the books, 4 remaining to be run. It is all Briggs at the front end of the field. Holman beginning to draw up on Drellis for the number 3 spot. Holman getting a good look down low out of 4. Can't make it happen that time. He'll try again down to the inside. Bedell in the meantime gets way up. Too high in 1 and 2. This allows Drellis and Holman to close right up. Bedell again pushing way up against what cushion may be up there as run to the 2 to go signal. This is letting Drellis get a good look at a chance for second place in the late going. No white flag being shown as Boom Briggs all by himself at the front end of this field. We're watching that race for second place on this final go-round. As Briggs will swing out of turn number 4 at the checkers, he'll pick up the victory. Bedell in the 7J will place second, followed by Drellis in the 111, Holman in the 91, and Pancrazio in the 136. So
33 gets a good jump for everybody looking for racing room off of turn number 2. Get a good run off the hill. The 15's up in the number 2 spot. Oaks sets back in the number 4 spot, taking a peek. He wants number 3. He'll sneak to the inside. He'll take over number 3 spot. He goes to the bottom side there. Look to the bottom there. He'll get sneaking under the 15. Now Oaks up into the number 2 spot. Sliding Austin back to 3. Austin getting in heavy traffic here as they're beating and banging off of turn 4. Austin taking a beating there, losing 2 spots on that one. Out front, it is the 33 of Canfield. Oaks now feeling the pressure as Josh Wilcox makes a dive to the inside. Looking for bite off the bottom, pulls the slide job. Wilcox now up into the number 2 spot. It's like Canfield still out front with the 33 machine. Wilcox. Now Oaks getting pressure from the 0-2 there of Chamberlain. Chamberlain takes a peek. He'll do the slide job on to turn 1 off of turn 2. Oaks slides back to number 4. So have the 33 Canfield out front. About a half a straightaway advantage over Wilcox. Chamberlain, 3rd. 4th is Oaks. 5 is the 15 of Austin. 6 is the 33 Dixon. White flag in the air one more time around the speedway here. Everything seems to be going his direction so far. That is the 33 there of Josh Canfield. Canfield enters 3, swings it off of 4. Lap traffic will not be an issue there. He's looking for checkers and he'll see it off of 4. Wilcox, Chamberlain, Oaks, Austin, and problems with the other 33 here. The Dixon 33 losing the handle right over off of turn 4, coming to checkers. Then it will be the
7 is Alex Bush out of turn 4. Green flag flies, and we are racing. And the family feud taking place up front. Caden Michael in the white 17, Andy Michael in the black 17. Give the nod to Caden down the back chute. They'll set up into turns 3 and 4. Caden Michael will lead the pack coming out of turn number 4 to complete lap 1. Andy Michael rides 2nd. Strickland in the 22C holding on to 3rd. The field throttling down the back chute And it is Caden Michael trying to open up the lead advantage over Andy Michael as they complete lap 2 of 8 in this event. The Michaels continue to run a tight 1-2. The luck of the draw has set the field for this qualifying heat. And Caden opening up a lead over Andy right now. Battle for third starting to shape up as Alex Bush in the 67 looking to get a little racy with Strickland in the 22C for that number 3 slot. Down the back chute, we're halfway home this time by 4 in the books. 4 laps remaining to be run, and it is Caden Michael from the opening green flag. We're keeping an eye on that race for the number 3 spot. That's the closest race for position on the track. Bush getting a good look down to the inside of Strickland down the back chute. They're side by side for position heading into turn number 3. And it is Bush trying to complete the pass out of turn 4, and indeed, Alex Bush in the 67 now up in the number 3 slot. The parallel flags being readied by Tony Van Pelt up on the starter's tower. We will have 2 to go this time by, and it's Caden Michael with about a half a straightaway advantage over Andy Michael. They'll be setting up for their 15-lap main event later in the evening. As the white flag now being shown. And Caden Michael trying to take this one start to finish out in front. Bush continues to ride in third. Into turns 3 and 4 for the final time. It will be the white number 17X of Caden Michael picking up the victory. In the black number 17, it's Andy Michael finishing second. The 67 of Alex Bush will cross the line in third, followed by the 22C of Cole Strickland and the 99L of Mark Lawrence.
28th is Preston Cobb out of Motorsports, Pennsylvania. Green flag flies. 17 out there running second. There is the 8W machine running in the second position right now. Weatherly going to the high side, trying to get his number 2 spot back. The 8W there does not want to play there. He says, nope. DJ Williams says, nope, I want number 2, and now I want number 1. They're going to battle off turn number 2. Whiteside gets a good run off the hill, off to turn number 2, back into turn number 3. Williams pulls the slide job there. Maybe a little bit of contact off of 4, so Williams bounces high, gets some bite up off the high side there. Whiteside falls back to number 2 spot. Weatherly second. 28 of Cobb running in that number 4 spot. 5 is the 29 of Skobjek. Williams not really getting away too bad here as Whiteside still works the inside there. Williams slides up the racetrack in the middle of 3 and 4. Let's Whiteside gas him up. And again, way up the racetrack off the corner there for the 8W. Whiteside closes in a little bit at a time here. Big time push coming off of turn 4 for the 8W there of Williams. Everybody having their issues out there on that track as it's getting drier and drier. Overall, doesn't look to be too rough for these guys. Trying something new, going in super low into turns 1 and 2. Didn't seem to hurt or help. Still got himself about a 2 or 3 car length advantage over Whiteside. Now the 28. 28 of Cobb up into the number 3 spot. Weatherly back to 4 under attack there from the 29 machine with 1 lap to go. Just 1 to go here for your leader, DJ Williams, in the renumbered 8W machine. Whiteside still sets back there comfortably in the number 2 spot. 3 will be Cobb, 4 is Weatherly. In their top 5 there is Skobjek. Skobjek in the 29 will round out your field. He raced number 1 in the books here for the 4 cylinders.
Green flag flies and we are racing. And it'll be Brad Whiteside taking the early lead. Trent Chamberlain in the 24 renumbered 11 riding in second. Tanner Shaw working third in the 69T. As it looks like the 22K of Thane running a little off the pace. And you see body parts peeling off the 69T of Shaw. He made a little wall contact and it shook loose a good portion of the rear bumper cover on that one. And Whiteside tucking down to the inside as Thane well off the pace. The 22K pulls it up to the top side, gets out of harm's way, lets the faster traffic through. In the meantime, Brad Whiteside just strolling away with this one. Trent Chamberlain and that second place 24 renumbered 11 trying to keep Whiteside in his sights. The field pretty much spread out around the oval here. So it's been Whiteside. He's opened up nearly a full straightaway advantage over Chamberlain in the 11. And 2 to go for Brad Whiteside. Out for a little Friday evening cruise right now. And the final go around. The white flag. Brad Whiteside will take that big lead into this final lap. And at the checkers, it will be Whiteside in for the victory. Second will go to the 11 of Chamberlain. Third will be the 69T of Shaw. Then it'll be the 757 of Davis and the 22K of Thane.
And Smith going to set the pace there. August with a great charge into the corner there. Really bulldogging that one around the corner there, just like Bob would do it himself back in the day with that beauty. Slows it down, brakes hard, going in big push, going into 3 and 4. Get on the gas there, break the tail loose, and drive her off the right rear. Gets a good run down into 3, back into 1 and 2. Back down the back straightaway, starting to open up a pretty good lead over Smith. Let's see if he's got that 9 machine figured out. Nope, still got the big push going into 3. The rest of the track's pretty good. He opens up enough lead there. He can actually get away with Baby and nursing that thing off the corners of 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Smith in the 33 still sets back in the second spot. Williams in third. Now he's got that corner figured out there with the number 9. Joe August Jr. just figured out how to get into turn 3 and get rid of that push. Burp it, spike the brakes, jump on the gas, and drive her off. Halfway down, halfway to go. 4-year vintage heat race number 1 out of 2. August now with a good solid straightaway length advantage there. Now they got turns 3 and 4 figured out how to get through there. Sails it back into 1 and 2, way up high, puts it up on the cushion. Smith again out of Lakeland, Florida, making the haul up here to run his vintage car. I know John also has an asphalt car. He runs down in the southern states and travels around with it. Popsicle sticks were in the air, so Joe August Jr. now with a better part of a half a track advantage over second place John Smith, 33. And then Williams in a 52. White flag, one more trip around the speedway. Way up in the loose stuff there. August gathers it up, drives it off the hill off of turn number 2, back down into 3 and 4. Kicks the tail around on that one, jumps hard on the gas. He'll drive that one off of turn 4. Checkers will fly for Joe August Jr. John Smith there into 33 will be second. And the Roger Williams, number 52.
Ransomville on the outside in that 66 is Tom Church out of Lyons in that 66 Corvair. And the number 20 car is Steve Longo from Bradford, Pennsylvania, as they get the green flag and we are racing. Car 36 is Brent Williams out of Woodhull in the 1930 Chevy Tex Gordon Tribute car. And in the number 14, Mike Jacobs out of Newfane. Chip Ortiz in the number of Treichler Tribute car. We saw the Bob McCready Tribute car roll away to the win in Heat 1. Now the Merv Treichler Tribute car trying to do the same here in Heat number 2. Longo riding in second in the 20. He's being challenged by Church in the 66. And it looks like Church takes that Corvair down to the inside. He's going to clear Longo for second out of turn number 4. It continues to be Chip Ortiz in the Treichler Tribute. Showing away halfway home. Church rides second. Battle for third starting to shape up as Longo in the 20 had some company behind in Williams in the 36. Longo able to open up some ground down the back chute. The 2 to go signal will be prepared. And there it is, being displayed to Chip Ortiz in the number 58. Chip, quite the accomplished racer in his own right back in the day. And he will be looking at the white flag this time around. Final lap in this event. Church continues to ride second, Longo third. But heading out of turn number 4 with nearly a half a lap advantage. At the checkers, it is Chip Ortiz in the Merv Treichler Tribute number 58. Second place will go to Tom Church in the number 66. Then it will be Steve Longo in the number 20, the 36 of Brent Williams, and the 14 of Mike Jacobs. Chase Tidd in the 21, Addie Chamberlain in the 11, Amber Lang in the 26. Green flag flies, and we are racing. And Amber finally gets that 26 up to speed as Chase Tidd rolls away out in front in the early going. Youth division getting young drivers an opportunity to get some laps and eventually graduate into the full mini stock division. A good way to get some experience. And it is Chase Tidd, your race leader. Addie Chamberlain riding in second. Amber Lang trying to get some seat time in the number 26, get a feel for what it's like. All right, well, we understand a driver change in that 26 car. It's Crystalline Burkhart. And that may explain why it's the first time Crystalline has ever driven a race car. As Chase Tidd continues to show the way. Addie Chamberlain trying to keep Chase Tidd in her sights as Crystalline Burkhart in the 26. Just trying to get a feel for what's going on the racetrack. And Chase Tidd squeezes down between the 26 and the inside guardrail. And the white flag will be shown. Our final heat of the evening. And it is all Chase Tidd up in front. And at the checkers, it'll be Tidd in for the victory in the number 21, followed by Addie Chamberlain in the 11 and Crystal and Burkhart in the 26.